Zoom economy. Now we've made it all the way to Zoom first class. We've upgraded. Mini sipping on that 21-year
Water break.
Glenfiddich. First class is different. Welcome back, gents. Welcome back, gents. I think so that we don't lose steam. I believe we were trying to, just give some faith to our boy Tony Martial, Tony Trenoir Martial. Michael's over here shedding the hate.
I would like to know what Mike wants to see from Tony.
Look, I understand that not every single game you have will be a great game, right? I get that. But what Martial had was absolutely abysmal. It was a terrible game. He offered nothing in that game, honestly. What did you see from Martial? What highlight did he give you besides seeing him sock around the pitch?
Chop. If there were two better balls,
it's not about that.
Yeah.
What do you want to?
I want to see some hustling. I want to see some actual good runs. I want to see good positioning. I didn't see anything.
There was good positioning, Mike. If there were better balls
around the
pitch twice, he would have had a tap-in. He would have had two tap-ins. The one went behind him, and then we still scored. And then the other one, yes, he may have to leave it for Bruno, but it was a good take. And then come on, dog, he got into good positions.
Martial needs to do more, bro. Honestly, this guy just scored a hat trick, and then he comes, and his follow-up game is like this.
I have my theories why you hacked at him, and it has nothing to do with Martial. You got lady problems, dog.
We need to look past the strikers' goal scoring or not goal scoring. I mean, the man works. The man links up the play. Tony is the link-up guy. He's the guy that's linking everything in the final third.
Off the ball. And also don't forget when people look at Martial, they actually commit. I forget what it's called, but they commit players to him, so it creates space.
Exactly. And he draws players out of position so that someone else can get in that position. That's the stuff you don't get paid for. Huh? That's the hard work no one else sees.
I will say on his first attempt or his near attempt in the beginning, he should have done better. He definitely should have done better. But it's one of those. Strikers probably should get 3 to 5 attempts in a game when they do get better service, and they miss some or they hit it badly. I mean, it happens. Remember what Rashford did in the game before? Yeah. But he still got 2 assists.
Let's not talk about
exactly. That was, for me, I could not excuse those 2 misses by Rashford. I said, my man.
Let us not even speak
You missed the ball.
Rashford, I think Rashford is Lingard right now. I think
No.
Lingard. It's honestly not Rashford. It's Lingard in there.
No.
What is wrong with this guy?
You know how long it took Lingard to get an assist? Was it not 13 months or something? And I'm thumb sucking, but it was long. It was over a year to get an assist. Rashford got injured, almost broke his back, came back, got 2 assists.
To get back the number 10 jersey.
Oh, actually, funny enough, you know what? Before the show, I actually read an article. You know, Patrice Evra always drops the gems. So he was actually saying that. Think about Martial when he first came to Manchester with Van Gaal. He was red hot, in that season. So he says that he was saying that he was with Martial when they were away with the French national team, when Manchester called them and said, "Yo, bro, we're giving you number 11. We're getting Zlatan. It's out." Apparently he said no. Apparently his first response is nah. Hell nah. I'm number 9.
It's mine.
It's mine. Why?
It's mine.
There's pride around it. Then apparently Mourinho called us today. Hey, you wanna play? You wanna play? That's Latan's shirt, son. drop that thing. Apparently that caused a bit of a shift on him at that specific point.
I can imagine.
So I think, but Evra did say that that's not the only reason, because he says you can get over those things, but it was it played a part. At some point, confidence down. You thought you were gonna be the guy. They bring in a bigger guy, and they're like, "Yeah, your number, you're giving it up, son." I forgot about that actually.
And then they bring in Lukaku straight after that, who's
ish.
playing in front of you. Yeah, it's a tough one. Maybe that's why we didn't get Timo Werner then.
Possibly.
Timmy Werner.
But I wish we got him. What I love about Timmy, what I like about Timmy, is that guy's positioning is world class. You know, before I can talk about his striking, his positioning is world class, and he's bloody fast. He's the type of dude who, you know, like he knows like those 3 goals of Martial. He regularly gets in those positions, and he hassles the ball. He actually tracks back a lot. He's quick. He hustles the ball, goes forward on the counter. Like Chelsea's gonna be a big problem. Pulisic running on the left. Yeah.
Dude,
Look, to be honest, I can't see you going wrong with a German player. I mean, the work rate itself is just
young German.
This guy's work.
Young German.
Yeah, a young. Yeah, sorry, you're gonna mention Schweinsteiger. Yes, a young German. I mean, those guys work. I mean, that's what they know. So I just can't see how you're gonna get wrong.
No, those guys work. You're right about that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, Chelsea in 2 seasons are gonna be too much.
I think they're gonna be. I think they're gonna push Liverpool.
We need to make the right purchases. That's it. I just don't know who we need to get.
But you saw.
Okay, Sancho. Everyone agrees. Sancho. We need to get.
We might not get him, eh? I saw that Man United. They're saying that they're only going to take 50 bar. They say 50 bar, nothing.
Sancho, you pay.
Yeah, apparently it might be too expensive for us.
No, I mean we're only
50.
willing.
Surely you pay 50.
We're willing to give 50. They want 100.
Oh, I thought they were offering 50. I said, "Are you stupid?"
No.
Apparently it might be too expensive for us.
It's the climate.
I think Sancho you get.
Sancho, you make a plan, bro. Like you make a plan.
Do you think?
Like to sell Lingard, sell a couple of these guys. Like, dude,
sell everyone.
Ship them all.
Yeah.
Do you think there was no ways we could have gotten Sané?
Nah.
And besides, I don't think Sané is the type of player we need.
Well, I mean,
how so?
I think he makes any team better.
He makes teams better, but he's also lazy.
No, I don't think so.
Guys, I don't know about this thing of calling people lazy.
Look, let's be
Mike is unbelievable right now.
It's such a tough word for a professional soccer player, and you call a professional lazy. It's very harsh.
Is one of the most demanding coaches in world football today. The one thing he wants from his players is a high work rate. And the reason why Sané, because Sané is very talented. Why would you sell a talented player like Sané?
He wants to go. He wants to play.
Yeah. I just think it's very harsh to call a player lazy. Even you calling Martial lazy, I just think it's very, very harsh.
Martial, you know, the thing about Martial, because like Neo was saying, he doesn't smile. He just get, oh, my boy, Martial.
But guys, I mean, but that's you. Like, what do you do? I mean...
No, but to be honest, did you see how his face looked when he on the day he scored the hat-trick? Homie was like, even when he lost the ball, he's like, yesterday I was like, oh shit. He's like, oh, god damn. But you know, did you hear what your coach said though? In the press conference. Maybe that played a role, on how Martial played. He's like, this is Manchester United. Manchester United have always been a team that buys forwards. If players don't want to play, we're gonna replace them. Didn't you hear what he was saying? He's like, we wanna get forwards.
I think Ole is weird. Like, I think Ole's trying to be like Fergie, but the approach is just not the right way. It's not the Ferguson way. Because Ferguson,
guys, can we stop referencing Sir Alex fucking Ferguson
and just move on with life?
Like everything does not have to be linked to that guy. I agree with you, but I'm saying it's a mistake if he is trying to do that, because I'm just like, just because he was successful doesn't mean that we need his, like, we're gonna get to a point where we're gonna like, okay, let's get his twin. Or let's make another one.
So Alex has a son. I'm sure he has some DNA. Maybe we should get him.
No,
let's clone him somehow.
That guy got relegated to assistant coach at Everton.
Yeah. He's very.
But guys, there's. So Alex had the answers in his time. The next person who might have the same success story as Sir Alex is going to be totally different. It might be a guy who's so soft-spoken, or it might be someone who's more of a trainer. We don't know. But all we know is that we can only try to solve the problems that we're seeing now. But United's always been a club under Sir Alex Ferguson wing play. Yeah, Munna, do what we need to do right now. What the fuck? Who did Sir Alex Ferguson reference before he did the whole thing?
No one is. All I just said was that Ole is on that tip of trying to be like the man, right?
Yeah.
The approach is just not the right way, because Alex Ferguson always protected his players, and as Ole, like, he's trying to have that thing, but you don't tell, like, you don't say out and say that, look, when I was in Man United, we always bought strikers. Ferguson didn't go out and say that I'm gonna keep buying strikers. He just did it.
Yeah.
Just do it. Buy your strikers, increase competition. Don't tell your striker who's hot, who just scored a hat trick, I'm gonna buy more strikers because you always buy strikers.
Are you defending Martial now?
No, I'm not defending Martial. Look, I don't think Martial is a bad player. I just think he had a horrible game.
I don't think he had a horrible game.
I like Tony. Tony's cool. But come on. Even on a bad day, dude, at least look like you want to play.
Hey, I don't know what you want from this guy.
Quick one. On Bruno versus Norwich on Saturday, and how poor people kept on saying he was.
Fatigue.
Besides fatigue, right? It's the players that you play around. He was playing with the lesser team. Do you think people are now going to see that Pogba has never really had that many bad games, but he's been playing with a lot of poor people?
Yeah.
And are we going to go back and apologize to Pogba?
No.
Because if we look at stats-wise, Pogba has not been off.
No.
Stats-wise, he's been, and it's always, Pogba's having a bad game. But he's been playing with Lingard and a slow Mata and whatever. And the one time Bruno has done that, people came for him. I'm just saying, should we not go back and try apologize to Pogba?
No. And the only reason I say that is you're not wrong about what you're saying. Your fundamental point is correct. But you must remember, so for me personally, my issue with Pogba was the way he handled things. And the way he always has someone speaking for him and him not speaking for himself. That's fundamentally it. But also the one thing that I had an issue with him is, and I still kind of see it, but maybe now we're playing better, so it kind of gets masked. I just hate it. And I've seen Wan-Bissaka do it too, so it's not just Pogba. I hate it when players lose the ball. And then they're just like, get the fuck up and get the ball back. If Pogba,
but someone,
no,
everyone does that.
No, not many. I've never seen Bruno do that, not once.
But we've seen 13 games from Bruno.
Yeah, but I've seen Wan-Bissaka.
We've seen 3-4 years of Paul.
Yeah, but I'm saying for me, fundamentally, that's the only point. Everything else, all the other noise, whatever, man. I just want, for me, he comes from the academy, kind of. Just be like, yo, man, this is how I feel, or no comment, and then keep it moving.
But I hear you, right? But I think also, just think from his perspective, they say, Paul, you're going to come in, we're going to do this. And 1 year goes on, 2 years goes on, and nothing is changing. I keep having to drag this team. And when I'm trying my best, I'm being told I had a poor game. When I try too much, I'm being told, Paul Pogba tries to take on the whole team. And he was trying to do what Bruno tried now. But Bruno is not going to have to go through that now because there's other players that he can rely on.
But look at Timo Werner. Timo Werner had a great season, and everybody knew he was leaving at the end of he wanted to go. Everybody knew. But he was not out there, because Leipzig is a good team, but it's not like a great team. It isn't great, right? As is. They need more players. But they're really good, and they have a great coach. But the whole season, from beginning to end, it's going to Liverpool, Madrid won him, but you just never really heard anything negative. You just knew he was leaving. And the way they managed his situation was good. Because we all knew Paul wanted to go. Remember, Cristiano wanted to bounce. He was hell bent on going. That's my dream team. But the way he handled himself in the pressure, as well as with his manager, it was done well. Like I've not once have I ever had hate for Ronaldo. even when he wanted to leave.
I hear you.
You know what I mean?
I hear you.
So it's just.
So
for me,
you're
it's just
saying
that.
your biggest issues with Paul are more off the field than on the field.
Yeah, 100%.
But then also don't forget that Paul is huge off the field. Paul is a superstar off the field as well. He's a huge personality.
So was Cristiano Ronaldo.
So you can't compare Timo Werner or whatnot. Paul's a massive, massive personality.
Yeah, well, Cristiano Ronaldo is bigger. The guy's a billionaire.
Yeah, but back then though.
No, but back then
But
back then he won a Ballon d'Or.
No, but but I mean, there was no the social media, like
It's
having
not the
your
same.
own.
It's not the same.
Yeah. So, look, I'm not trying to say that Paul is right in how he's handled things. Look, maybe he could have handled things differently. Maybe he didn't need his brother to come out or Riola to come out and chat. Look, I don't know. Maybe that's the frustration, and he just didn't know how to handle it. But on the field stuff, I just don't know why.
Is it all Paul though, or is it also a bit of Miniola? He's got a rotten agent.
No, probably.
No,
Probably
he's
a big,
that.
probably a big part.
There's a rotten agent.
But look at Zlatan,
Probably a
though.
big part.
I know you
Yeah.
can't compare Zlatan. I know. Because there's no ways Mino can do anything about Zlatan. Zlatan says, this is what I'm doing. And Mino makes it happen. But I mean...
Zlatan is a lion.
Yeah. No one tells Zlatan what to do.
You can't compare a lion.
What about if Paul never actually wanted to leave, but he needed that stirring so that United could do something?
Oh, appreciate him, no?
Yeah. To
to make a plan to get other players around him.
Yeah, when you're like, I'm so frustrated. I don't want to leave, but I'm so frustrated. I need to stir up. I don't know. I'm just,
it's a very interesting point that you're making there, KK, because since Bruno arrived, reports have stated that Pogba no longer wants to leave. These are reports, though, because remember, Pogba has 1 year left on his contract. And now we have to sell him now.
Yeah.
Or we risk him leaving on a free.
Or get him to sign a new contract.
They must just take him to Borussia. Bring Sancho. It's fine. Or
if we keep Pogba, and get Sancho, guys, top four
there'll be problems.
Is a guarantee. Top four is a guarantee. It's not a question. It's a guarantee.
I don't see.
We are contenders now.
I don't see Leicester doing well next year. Like I don't see. I don't see them doing.
No, they don't have it.
Sancho can take us.
But our biggest issue is still going to be the fact that we only have 11 players.
Yeah, we need depth.
Yeah.
Look at Liverpool. They actually, as much as they had a great season, they struggled this year because of lack of depth. They had to field different players to different competitions. They got knocked out of UEFA.
Sacrifice FA Cups or whatever. Sacrifice things.
You need depth.
You're right. Don't have depth. But guys, I have to say, I know like Minnie was saying that Chelsea could give Liverpool a run for their money next season. I doubt it. Liverpool's got that maturity, boy. Those guys are just playing like champions.
No, they're gonna be.
Do you think they'll still have the hunger though?
Dog, I don't.
You've been chasing this thing.
I think they'll have the hunger. My only thing is that let's not forget, Jurgen Klopp plays a very, very specific brand of football, and it's hard on the legs. They're going to go from playing X amount of games in a short amount of time right now. They're going to go in shorter recovery window, and they're going to go straight into the league. The reason why this has worked is because I think in this league, Liverpool did have the best squad. But remember when he did the same thing, that Dortmund team that he got to 2 Champions League finals, whatever, and they lost, they were just tired towards the end of the season. Those are actually going to take it on Bayern, but the legs were gone. But this season, they didn't need the legs in the like at the end of the season, right? They already had won it. So next year, if something challenges and they have to push in everything and they're not buying any players and they don't have enough of a window to recover this year or to build up stamina again, I think that's the biggest thing, is how do they handle the legs? Because then that's when injuries start happening. You're like, okay, we had Salah for most of the games. Oh, now he's gone for half of the season. Shit. Okay, Shaqiri, this is your time, boy. Oh, shit, maybe you're not as good as Salah. Okay, we knew that, but we only expected you to play 10 to 12 games. Now we wanted you to play 36. Okay, now there's starting to be a bit of doubt. Mane gets injured on top of that. Then you go, oh no, guys. I think fatigue and their high tempo style of play is their biggest threat because that's how they play, and they're not going to change. So it's just about they need to wrap those eggs in cotton wool for another season. Because if they stay fit and they can run like that, they most likely take it again.
And they haven't been linked with any players, huh?
No.
Yeah, apparently he doesn't want to buy anyone.
But they've also got good youth players. I actually imagine Liverpool maybe selling one. I think they're definitely gonna buy one player. I'm not too sure in what position, but I feel like they're gonna buy one player, maybe sell one or two, and they're actually gonna promote youth. That's my feeling.
Hey, boys, just FYI, I'm trying to charge this thing. This thing is charging, but the battery keeps on going down. Now it's on 1%, but it's charging. I says the Apple. So if I go disappearing, I'll try to log back on either my laptop or my phone.
No doubt, no doubt.
Because I'm on the iPad right now. Look, technology.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's why I also think Liverpool are gonna struggle next year because I think they probably need like 3 more players to remain relevant next year. And that's my honest opinion. Probably they need another defender. They need another forward. They need maybe one more winger. But I don't think so. 'Cause I'm not too sure about the what's his name? Is it Minamoni? I'm not too sure about him yet. I just remember he was a really quick and intelligent player, but I haven't really seen him, so I can't say. But I would say that they would need like 3 players to really just rejuvenate, keep the squad fresh. So I think they're gonna struggle next year because Man City is going hot. I just don't see, especially with Champions League not happening. Probably they need to win Premier League for the books.
Are they not going to get a ban on transfers?
I don't think it's not just European competition. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
I think it's just a ban on European competition because I've been seeing them being linked with players, quite a few players. I'm just basing it on that.
On see.
And they're looking to get Koulibaly. You know, Man City get Koulibaly.
Oh yeah.
Koulibaly and
Then
Laporte. Yeah.
Then they've sorted out their defensive
Who's
issues.
Koulibaly?
Yeah. He's a machine.
Beast.
No, then they sorted
What
out
team
their
does he play
defensive
for?
issues.
I think it's
Napoli.
Napoli, yeah.
Oh God, I know who you're talking about. I've just never heard it pronounced because I see it. I've seen it written. You know, K-O-U.
Yeah.
I know the name. I know the. I've just never had to say his name. Actually, okay, now got you.
That man is a defender. If I was our boy Ole, I'd take Lindelof. I would take Phil Jones. I say and Rojo, all 3 defenders. Package them and say like
So you
In
leave
one go.
So you're leaving Smalling.
Yeah, come on, dog. Come on, man. Leave our boy. He's vegan. You know, he changed to a plant-based diet. You know, homie's trying new things. You know, he's probably gonna have a little bit more longevity. Let's give the homie a chance.
It's interesting. When people go vegan, they also have a lot of vegan people. Their hair. It's interesting how they go dreaded and stuff. Which is such an interesting vibe.
Because you're gonna be one with the ads.
You know, Jay-Z also they went vegan. Look at his hair. Must be some
Jay-Z went vegan.
Yeah.
J. Cole's drinking almond milk now.
I don't care how beautiful. No ways. There's no ways.
That's what he's doing. I think we need to give Smalling. I want to see Smalling for 1 more year, in all honesty, because he actually was our most. I said this before. He was our most consistent. Not great in terms of overall quality, but as a backup, rather keep him, sell Jones and Rojo, because you can't sell them all.
Definitely.
So sell Jones,
Definitely
Rojo,
sell Jones.
keep him there as backup. You know, because guys are always getting injured. Man, I can just see, especially when we're playing teams like you know, you're not Stoke because they're not there anymore. But these Oaks who thrive, Norwich, who thrive on set pieces. Yeah, someone needs to clear that stuff out of there, bro. I can't be relying on Maguire the whole time. Maguire.
You honestly want to like a guy who's starting there in Roma. You think he's gonna settle to come to United and be second fiddle to Lindelof?
Well, they can't afford him, so he better stay and play.
Because I mean, honestly, like Lindelof is cool, but hey, man, we need a new centre back. We need someone more solid than him.
Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah. It's not gonna work. If we could have someone like Bayu, but someone a lot more like not so injury prone, I would be happy with that. I was gonna say, remember you guys were talking about Bailly being reckless. In the game he played, I didn't see any recklessness.
That's what I was saying. I don't know about the reckless thing.
When Bailly plays, the shop is closed at the back.
Yeah.
You're not getting through Bailly.
I'm
closed.
And
he's got pace as well.
Yeah. I just don't know about the whole reckless label.
I don't think so. Who was it?
Who said he was?
Was it Kalitsi?
Who?
What?
Yeah, and Max also says it.
Yeah, those guys are crazy.
Kalitsi is the guy who supports Phil Jones. Can't take that guy seriously.
Imagine now. Imagine you are on a counter-attack against Chelsea, against Liverpool, against Man City, against Real Madrid, against Kylian Mbappe. Do you want Lindelof when that counter is happening? Someone tell me. Yeah. Because they'll say, but there's other games in the league. I don't care. We're also here to beat the best players. When we're in competitions, we're there to win. And that's when it counts. Yeah, you can play Lindelof against, your Burnleys or whoever, whatever. But man, you gotta have a rhythm between the solid ass, quick, strong defender with, because Maguire is slow. That day when he messed up. Yeah. On the counter, we're gonna see flames. And I imagine you're playing Matic as well.
He's quick and speed, but he's slow to change direction and like that acceleration. Top speed, top end speed. Yeah,
he's a train, but it takes long to turn.
I mean, did you see there was I think I mentioned it in the group. There was a point where Lindelof drove forward. All he literally did, he did what Phil Jones does. I saw it. I was like, nah, homie. At least when Maguire does it, it ends up somewhere. Homie took the ball, ran forward, kept running, didn't really look up, got towards the wing, lost possession. I said, Futek. I said no. No.
Maguire rarely loses possession in a game. That's what I like about him. Even when he drives forward, like he doesn't lose possession.
It's important. You have to play from the back. That's how you win.
He's good.
He's also good he's actually good with the ball at his feet. Like he can pass the ball, he can distribute the ball pretty well. It's very strong. You can't just get the ball off Maguire. Like if you take that man down, you must have fouled him. That's a big man. So that's what I like about him. He's not the quickest, but his positioning is always on point. Yeah, he made a mistake. He slipped up. People but that's like one mistake in how many games?
True.
It's like when they were having De Gea as well. I know like Roy Keane was very hard on De Gea, saying this guy is. You were saying this guy mustn't even get on the bus. Like he's just. He was just retiring Dave. And
Roy Keane is an angry man, bro.
He's an angry man.
Can you imagine him as a backroom staff for us?
Everyone would cry.
You'll see him on the pitch when somebody gets subbed off. You'll see him throw a water bottle at the home. Cut.
Roy Keane is too hard. He is. Like, the way the game is right now, the players are not that tough anymore. The players are a bit too soft for that type of.
And he doesn't understand that things have changed.
Yeah,
he still has that same hardness. He's like, no, not. Unfortunately, I like Roy Keane. I think Roy Keane is quite. I like listening to some of the rubbish he says. Some of it is actually quite fun. Some of it is quite funny. Some of it is quite accurate. He's a good representation of how things.
Oh, it's charging now.
I love Roy, man. I think for me, if I was to embody what my passion is for Manchester, it would actually be Roy Keane. He's a living, breathing embodiment of the passion that fans have. He just takes it a bit too far, but like that's how we feel inside. Like shouting at the TV or whatever. Like that emotion bleeds out. For me, he's the physical embodiment of that. But in real life, you can't be like that. You can't be telling guys, nah, y'all gonna take an Uber back to the hotel. Imagine.
Walk.
After a game, because you see these guys also do like a few drills after the game. So after you've played a full game, probably ran 10 kilometers, maybe you lost, maybe
now you must
won.
find your own way home.
Now you must find your own way home. Dog.
I tell you to protect.
There.
Keane is a bit rough, but I mean, look, it's like when you even like people like Gary Neville as well. Like some of these guys, they really, you know, you can tell they've got the mind and they got the head for the game, you know. But some of these other guys, they just speak so much trash. Eh? It's like you were saying earlier when people keep criticizing Paul Pogba. I mean, you're right in saying that Paul Pogba was playing with mediocre players. You know, I mean, I'm crying about Lingard. I've been crying about Lingard for a long time. You know, the likes of, and he's been playing with.
1-1, boys. Sorry.
You know,
Chelsea West Ham 1-1.
So can you imagine that you playing with Lingard, bro? And now you give this guy some of the best passes, and this guy does nothing.
You can't even play 1-2.
You just lose all your motivation, all of it.
When you make that surging run, like you're putting so much energy into what you're doing. You give the ball to Lingard, nothing. You give the ball to Rashford, he misses the whole ball.
They'll start treating.
But that's also what we spoke about last week. Remember when we mentioned how Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he's also starting to attack more because he also knows if he busts his lungs and he gets to the other side of the pitch, Bruno has the technical ability and the skill to get it to him. Pogba has the ability to get it to him. Like he's getting the ball and then he puts it in the box and he's seeing Martial finish and he's getting these assists. He's going, okay, so if I put in the effort, it's not going to be all the time, but he sees that it's working. You know what I mean? Like so, there's an incentive for him to keep on making those runs. And he actually looked at it this past game. He was always there, dog. When we had the ball in the top third,
no boy, he's got some.
That guy was there.
But Bruno and
sometimes he'd actually get there before the winger. I'm like, what the hell, bro? That guy gets it. It's crazy. That guy's really injured.
But wait, how do you guys feel about Matic's performance, though?
Great, outstanding,
close, bro.
Outstanding.
No, he's doing everything that we want.
Yeah. There was 10 to 15 minutes where I don't know what the hell we were doing, and they were getting the shots onto Dave. I was like, "What is going on right now?" It's like
just before the guys went off.
But then I think then we stabilized it because there was just a moment where it's just like, "Oh, were we 2-0 up at that stage, or just 3?"
It was 3.
Was it 3? I mean,
okay, so maybe I can't remember exactly, but there was a 10 to 15 minutes where they had us on the ropes, and I was like, okay, this is a bit weird. I don't know if that was just loss of concentration, or maybe he just couldn't get his assertiveness on the game anymore. But after that, we got it back. So.
But it was also communication, because I remember there was one play where they almost scored when the guy, I forgot who it was, which of the plays it was. It was on the left wing. All he had to do was cross to the other wing in the box. It was empty, 1-on-1 with De Gea. And why that happened was Matic looked at Luke Shaw. They were going in the same place. You know, I didn't understand. To be fair though, I think Shaw got his positioning wrong. But that's where your defensive midfield is also supposed to help at the back. So I felt like Matic in that specific situation could have done better. There was a bit of desperation, you know, instead of using intelligence in that moment, because they should have made space. You can't keep the one side empty. There's got to be a man who's covering the other side.
I remember that chance.
And that annoyed me. I was like, guys, come on. And Luke Shaw slipped. Oh, come on. Like let's.
And I remember that chance.
But I can also credit that to I think it was Mike who said it. You know, he mustn't overkill our guys. I know they have to build fitness, but like, hey, don't kill Shaw, bro. I thought they should have started Brandon Williams. You know, in that game.
Shaw and Bruno.
But guys, when you need to win all your games to get top 4, and I was about to you have a best 11. What do? It's a tough one.
Yeah, it is a tough one.
Yeah, true. Yeah, we can't afford to lose a game. Every game, even when we play Leicester last game, kill him.
No, it's not easy.
And maybe
that's going to be a tough one.
And maybe to close off today's episode, what do you guys think in terms of prospects for our European season? Next month, it'll be a full month of European football. Who are we playing, actually?
I know we're finishing our second leg.
We already 3-1. Did we win like 5-1 or something?
Yeah, it's just a waste of time. So we'll play Lingard and stuff.
Yeah. Does he even get on the pitch? Maybe the under 18s deserve some good.
Yeah, throw Chong, bro. I want to see my boy Chong.
Throw Gomez.
But he's gone. Yesterday was his last day. Ish, that's sad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's gone now. He's officially been released.
Oh, wow.
He's gone.
Right. He's got no future at United, that guy, unfortunately.
That's sad because
I mean, they didn't give him a chance, to be honest. And none of us can. I feel like the people that are like, oh, it's fine, he can go.
No.
It's like one of those where you actually don't even know how good he was.
Yeah.
Whether he was good enough or not good enough, we actually don't know.
I don't think it's a matter of him not being good enough. Honestly, I just think it's just his size.
No, I think sometimes the best players size doesn't matter for the best players.
In England, it does, bro.
But you'll make it work.
That guy will do well in Spain, man. He's a technical player. He'll flourish in Spain, honestly. England, you got guys who just these guys will take your legs, bro. People will be pushing you down.
But I think he really could have done something. In all honesty, I think if we gave him a few, like I would justify it. I would justify it if if they gave him a few opportunities, homie didn't really perform. Then it's like nah. But he, as Cakes was saying, he didn't actually even get that opportunity.
No, he didn't. And if he did,
so there's really nothing to feel. You're just like, I don't know. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. I don't know.
Right, bro,
all I know is Lingard and Pereira were playing.
Look, bro, we let Pogba go on a free, bro.
Yo, guys, Tyler Pereira. It hurts me actually because I used to love that boy so much.
Those guys haven't used their opportunities.
Who's that?
Yeah, bro.
People Pereira, Lingard.
No, they're finished. They're finished.
I don't know. I wonder what Oli. I really would love to see what Oli does in the transfer window. I think he's made some great signings, but he's not very good at just releasing players. You know, I mean, he released Lukaku, but I don't know, man. Oli, he's a bit of a hoarder for me.
I'll tell you he's good because he released Marwan as well.
That's my guy. He's got my loyalty for life. He's got my loyalty for life. I don't care what you guys say. He's the only one man enough to get Marwan Fellaini out of there. Mourinho couldn't do it. Van Gaal couldn't do it. Don't care what none of y'all say. That's my coach.
Mourinho was using him.
He had to.
Man, that's why Mourinho's gone.
I don't know. Mourinho's whack anyway. That guy must just stay there. Look at him. Those Spurs players look depressed. They're finished. What's the table looking like right now? Let me actually check that. Where
How would you guys feel if we sign Harry Kane?
Yeah.
Guys, he's a world-class finisher.
Yeah.
What?
I don't want him.
You don't think that would be a sensational signing?
Guys, let's not. Harry Kane's good, guys.
Yeah, but I rate Firmino over Harry Kane.
But think about it.
Yeah, but you can't get Firmino.
No. What I mean is, sorry. I was just sorry, Mike. I was just saying what I mean. I don't mean we can get Firmino. I mean the style of player.
Okay.
I think what works well, and it worked well in this game, if you notice, from the first 3 minutes, our front three were interchanging very well. And it works. You know, you don't know if you're gonna get Rashford, you don't know if you're gonna get Greenwood, you don't know if you're gonna get Martial. Guys are busy moving around. With Harry Kane, it's like Lukaku in a sense, but except Lukaku was quicker. You have to play him as a number 9. You don't want him on the wing,
and that's it.
You know, there's a lack of versatility in that. That's the only reason. World class finisher, worth every penny. It's just style of play, man. I don't know. Sorry, Mike, you're saying.
In my mind, if you can get him, you get him. It's that simple. It's that simple. That man will get you 30 goals a season.
That's a world class, like you're saying, world class finisher.
Yeah, but look at him now. You see how
he's playing for Mourinho. I mean, look, all I'm saying, if we ever had an opportunity to get Harry Kane, it would be now.
No, you have to take it.
I'll take Kane. I'd even take Son, dog. I'd take Kane, Son, and Ali.
No, that's somebody I would take.
Ali,
I'd low-key take Son over. I'd low-key take Son over Kane.
100%.
I just feel like there's more we can do with Son.
Especially because Rashford is
more work.
Look, if I took Kane and Son, I'm taking Martial out, boy.
You see, now that's the thing. You know what? If we buy a striker where Martial must eat bench, he should actually just leave. Because
he might be. Martial would have been so perfect if he signed for Arsenal. Shame. I think he would have been such a much better player.
No. No one can go to Arsenal and make them shine. It's done. That's a.
Guys, Aubameyang, I feel so sorry for him, brother.
He's just collecting money. It's fine.
Yeah,
He's
they
like
tricked him.
30-something.
They tricked him in being captain.
He's not even getting paid that much. Arsenal doesn't pay.
Isn't also still the top earner? And I saw him eating chippies there on the bench. I'm like, wow, what a guy. And I saw a headline. I didn't read the article. I saw a headline that says, Arsenal aren't looking to sell Otso, but how do you get rid of a player who doesn't want to go?
He's eating money.
Is that guy still saying PTSD?
Huh? He really is. I don't know why he's not playing.
Because remember, he stopped playing after they robbed him and that
Kolasinac
at knife points. Yeah. Then they said take some time off. That guy hasn't come back since, bruh.
But they've got better young players, though.
Yeah, dog. But surely, if you have a
Ozil.
Who gave Ozil that big contract anyway? Which manager was it?
Was it what's his name? The guy who got dumped by some chick. There was some article about him going on a date, and then what is his name? Emery. Not Emery. There was an article about him going on a date with this other girl. I think she's British. I'm not too sure. I think she's like ginger haired. She was just saying his English wasn't good, but he was cute. But Arsenal, after being Arsenal coach for too long, he was starting to change. He wasn't the man that he was. It's just like, I'm out of here. Can't be dating a loser.
Coaching Neymar. Imagine you have Neymar and Mbappe, and then you go to Arsenal.
But then you get fired.
But boy, he has to get fired, bro. I think managing PSG must be one of the toughest things you can do right now.
That's a sad thing. All they want is Champions League and nothing else. I mean, the league is so easy for them, bro. They just need Champions League.
Every game is a friendly for them.
Imagine, and maybe just imagine this. I know it's not possible, but just imagine we had Kylian Mbappe.
Nah, shame. I could never play PSG for one reason. Neymar, I couldn't. Every time he rolls on the floor, it's embarrassing to me. I can't.
Neymar's a beast, bro. He's a dog. Yo, Neymar. Shame. He might roll on the floor.
There's always some controversy around him.
But that is
Barcelona look like they're about to change. Managers again.
Nah, it's happening. Xavi's coming in. End of season.
Dude, that man.
So Xavi's gonna be the manager.
Yeah.
Probably.
It's happening. I'd put if you see some bets, kids, we're not encouraging betting at home. I'm just saying the odds. If you had to put some odds on who's going to be the coach next year at Barcelona, I'd put my money on Xavi easily. I'll put money down.
If you were a betting man.
Yes, if I was a betting man, I would. Yes. I'd put a large amount of money on Xavi becoming the coach next year.
Makes sense because I think Xavi would be a good coach.
That's one team that has just dipped after this break. They've given the title to Madrid. They said, yeah,
100%.
Those guys are whack, and they were fighting for Griezmann.
It'd be interesting to see if Xavi doesn't come in. It'd be very interesting to see how he turns this team into a winning team. Honestly,
I think he'll do well. Not based on any formal data, but I just feel like sometimes, especially in Barcelona, like their former coaches do really well there. The ethos of the club. That the La Masia are trained in tiki-taka, the core. You just say, guys, we're doing tiki-taka exercises today. Bang, bang, booey. But
what would be dope is if Xavi comes in, then he says, Iniesta, come, my boy.
coach
Assistant.
himself.
Imagine Xavi Iniesta, boy, doing coaching Barcelona. Oh boy. That team would be too sexy.
They need another striker and a winger. I think that those
How
guys,
would it be too sexy, Mike? What evidence do we have that they are good coaches?
it's all about the
What
heart.
evidence?
No, the evidence is here. It's all in here. When a player looks up to Xavi, they say, "I want to play."
Xavi.
Because there's so many other examples of like those who can't teach. So Alex Ferguson wasn't a good footballer, and we go on about it. You don't need to be a good footballer to be a good coach. And there've been some brilliant players who ended up shitting the bed. Like, how are we saying they'll be so good?
Sorry, Gary.
One of the guys was saying that one of the guys, the former players, was saying Alex Ferguson used to say he was a great player. He told them he was a great player.
You know?
Oh, why?
Yo,
Otherwise, you would have gotten Roy Keane a long time ago.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, no, that guy can't coach us, bruh. Because he's the type of guy. He's the type of coach who's gonna get a red card. And
I would have been too hard.
And I can imagine him punching. I can imagine him punching a referee official. I see it.
I don't think any of the players would survive Roy Keane. I think Tony would be first to go. I think maybe Rashi would probably survive because Rashi looks like the type of guy who.
This guy went past a whole Lingard. He's gone past so many people to say Tony would be the first one to go. Mike, you have an agenda, bro.
First, bro. Let's be honest.
Nah, but
there's no way Tony goes first, bro.
The first person out there is Jones, bro. Because he'll tell him, "You're not worth it. You're not worth it. Get out. Don't even come to practice. We'll pay you to stay away from the Aeon complex."
All right, but let's see what happens, boys.
Yeah, let's see, gents. Let's call it wraps. It's been good this week. Apologies for everyone who tuned in for the technical difficulties. As we say, every week we get better. Now that we're on first class Zoom, I can even see, the graphics. The graphics are a little bit clearer. Money changes a few things. Now, and I understand why these players go to London and dye their hair blonde. But we'll be back same time next week. And maybe we'll look at talking around how football rules work. I actually got some feedback from some ladies who are like, "Yo, man, we want to tune in, but we don't even know the rules. So let's think about that, and next week let's try to incorporate that."
All right,
no doubt, gentlemen. Thanks again.
Okay, I'm just gonna do a quick shout out. If you guys haven't watched it, please watch it. My cousin's show. It's called Blood and Water. It was number 1 on Netflix. She's the next she's not even up and coming. She is the big thing. Just trust me, you guys won't be disappointed. Blood and Water out on Netflix.
That's right. Proudly South African. Tune in, yo. That's right.
Love.
All right.
Love and peace.
Cheers, guys.